Hello, and welcome to this very special episode of Zog's livestream. Call this a bit of a pilot episode, if you will. A different kind of content creation that I've been wanting to try. So I've had this idea for quite some time. I called it Zigzag Zog. Not sure exactly what to make of the thing, be it podcast or something. But today, I was really feeling something. Today, I'm really feeling something. And so, something different for you. Zigzag Zog. Pilot episode on loneliness, creation, emergence. The YouTube story. Call this a pilot, a test episode, a live cast turned podcast, or something else. But what this is most of all is a poem. A swirl of thoughts. A stream of consciousness. All wrapped up. So let us begin. Loneliness, creation, emergence. The YouTube story. Lonely people trying to be seen and heard, trying to express themselves in a way that feels right and true, that makes everything seem okay. To feel relevant, to feel loved. Or at least that's why I joined the fold. A lonely story told and retold in different faces and different forms. Comedians, commentarians, cooks and contrarians, self-help, no help, live stream barbarians, beauty gurus, spiritual gurus, gurus for life coach gurus, newscasters, fake newscasters, switching faces according to the viewer's gazes. What a tangled mess of pranksters and gamers, forlorn families turned famous vloggers, among the countless others. Be they artists or horrors. We express ourselves, we cast our bids, we seek out the others to fit into our lives. Lives not fully lived until the camera begins its role, asking, How does the screen make life feel much more real? If there's one thing I've seen again and again, it's the transformative property of content creation. No one leaves this machine the same person that went in. An alchemical process, a weaving of gold by some inner Rumpelstiltskin, threatening your firstborn, your creation. Night by night, you must appease him. Because you are him, you lonely, hungry thing. Weaving, weaving, both asking for and providing a golden contribution. Speak not without thinking. The unblinking camera gives warning. Because no one leaves this machine not as the same person that went in. So I wrote that earlier, just a couple of hours ago, tapping into an old part of myself I've forgotten for a long time now, or rather have kept hidden. In secret, she's been written. But now, I think it's time to let the world hear something. Whew. So I plan to keep this a bit shorter than usual. I'd like for it to be something that people can watch after the fact. And I think I'd like to do a little bit more of that if I could. You know, it's funny. As I was writing this poem, it spiraled into Rumpelstiltskin, an old story, one of the oldest, in fact. Originally, the version most of us are familiar with was a grim fairy tale, first written in 1812. But supposedly, the narrative has origins thousands of years before. Thousands of years before. So, I did want to recount the tale of Rumpelstiltskin for you all and have another thought here at the end. Thought that has been an interesting one in theme. So, if you are unfamiliar with the tale, it begins with the miller and his daughter. So proud of his daughter, he tells the king she can weave straw into gold. Of course, interested in this, the king takes him by his word and takes his daughter, threatening that if she does not turn the room of straw into gold by the morning, she will be killed. Of course, the miller's daughter cannot weave straw into gold. so despairing late into the night, here enters a strange character, an elf, a creature, Rumpelstiltskin, as it were. He tells her that he can do this for her, he can save her life, in exchange for her gold necklace, a whole room of gold. Of course, seeing that whole room full of gold, the king is not satisfied, keeps her another day. She trades again, a golden ring, and again, until she doesn't have anything to trade with him. At which point, Rumpelstiltskin says that her firstborn child is the final trade. So the daughter marries the king, and on the day of their firstborn, who comes knocking but Rumpelstiltskin, here for his collection. She begs him, please, please, to reconsider. Him being a trickster, offers one last game, if you will. If she can guess his name, all bets are off. And everything will be fine. Now, here's a divergence in the tale, which is an interesting one at that. In some versions, she sends, in the Grimm's version, she sends her soldiers and courtmen to find the solution for her, seeking the answer of the name of this trickster, gnome, or demon. However, in the older version, perhaps the truer one, it is the queen herself who steps out into the night in search for the answer and the name. A bit of a hero's journey. A process is seeking into the darkness. A going out into solitude was what she was doing to find the answers within or without. And I like that version more. And so she comes across the man dancing around the flame, as luck would have it, perhaps an answer divine. And this is the rhyme she stumbles upon as he dances with hubris around the flame. Tonight, tonight, my plans I make. Tomorrow, tomorrow, the baby I take. The queen will never win the game. Rumpelstiltskin is my name. And so her seeking begets the answer that she was looking for. The next day in court, she plays it coy at first, offering one wrong name and then another, until there, on the final guess, she says, oh, I don't know. Could your name be Rumpelstiltskin? Here also another divergence, a funny one at that. Now, in the original 1812 version of the original Grimm brothers writing of this story, he gets angry and runs off, never to be seen again, pouting in a huff. And that's the last they see of Rumpelstiltskin. However, in 1857, excuse me, they edited in a little bit of a more gruesome version. In this version, Rumpelstiltskin is so angry that he slams his heel into the ground, creating such a fissure that his leg gets stuck into the earth. And as he's trying to unhinge his leg from the earth, he rips himself in half. And that's the end of that in that version. So, what are we to learn from this? Any of this today? I suppose that's up to you, but for me, it's just part of the process, as you see. And perhaps, if one will, for both the miller and the YouTuber, is perhaps this: don't tell tall tales simply to impress, no matter the depth of your loneliness. Thank you for stopping in for this pilot episode of what may become something more. Thank you for your time. And remember, there's always room for more.